Today, we offer you to play the game Truth or Fake and determine whether the depicted monuments are real or invented. If you're ready, we'll begin. Monument to Enema. Zheleznovodsk, Russia depicts an enema supported by 3 children. The monument is real and symbolizes the resort town known for its health treatments. Hourglass of Light Monument Dubai, UAE. A monument in the form of a giant hourglass filled with light, symbolizing time and progress. There is no such monument. Headington Shark, Oxford. Fiberglass shark is built into the roof of a house in Oxford. It symbolizes the terror of the power of nuclear energy. The monument exists and is a striking art object. Golden Paperclip Monument, Stockholm, Sweden. A monument in the form of a giant golden paperclip symbolizing organization and order. There is a monument to the paperclip, but it's in Oslo, Norway. The paperclip became a symbol of the fight against Nazism. But it's not gold. Force of nature. Qatar. The sculpture depicts a woman holding the globe with a piece of cloth. It is installed in many cities around the world and symbolizes the power of nature. The monument does exist and attracts attention with its symbolic imagery. Dancing Chairs Monument, Barcelona, Spain. A monument in the form of several giant chairs that look like they are dancing, symbolizing creativity and art. There is no such monument. Old Suitcase Monument. Vienna, Austria, a monument in the form of an old suitcase symbolizing emigration and travel. There is no such monument. Mirror Labyrinth Monument, Prague, Czech Republic. The monument is a labyrinth of mirrors symbolizing self-knowledge and reflection. There is no such monument. The monument to the woman's handbag. Italy. A dialogue between nature and imagination, and symbolizes everyday objects as works of art. The monument exists and is an interesting art object. The sculpture was first presented in Italy at the exhibition Thoughts, Space. Torn Letter Monument. Paris, France. A monument in the form of a giant torn letter symbolizing love and loss. There is no such monument. De Vaart Kapoen, Brussels, Belgium. The monument depicts a young prankster taking down a policeman and is set on a street in Brussels. Yes, this monument exists and is known for its humorous plot. People by the River. Singapore author Chong Fa Chong has created a composition depicting people by the Singapore River. The sculptures reflect the life and work of the local people. The monument exists and adorns Singapore's waterfront. Red Button Monument, Berlin, Germany. A monument in the form of a huge red button symbolizing the importance of small things in everyday life. There is no such monument. Huge Pencil Monument, Tokyo, Japan. A monument in the shape of a giant pencil symbolizing creativity and innovation in Japan. There is no such monument. Broken Heart Monument, Skopje, North Macedonia. The monument depicts a giant heart split in two, symbolizing pain and loss. There is no such monument. Traveler, Marseille, France. A sculptural series depicts figures of travelers and adorns the streets of Marseille. These figures are also exhibited in international contemporary art exhibitions. Yes, such sculptures exist and are of interest to connoisseurs of contemporary art. Official Themis, Denmark. The sculpture by Jens Galschiot represents a plump Themis sitting on the back of an emaciated African man. It is a symbol of the rich, industrialized world. Yes, such a monument exists and has generated a lot of discussion. Flying Saucer Monument, Roswell, USA. A monument in the form of a giant flying saucer symbolizing interest in extraterrestrial civilizations. There is no such monument. Blue Book Monument, Cambridge, England. A monument in the form of a giant blue book symbolizing knowledge and education. There is no such monument. Monument to Sigmund Freud, Prague, Czech Republic. The sculpture by David Czerny depicts Freud suspended and symbolizes the detachment of intellectuals from the people. The monument does exist and is a popular landmark in Prague. Nelson Mandela Monument, South Africa. The profile of Nelson Mandela is made of 50 steel plate columns, symbolizing the years since his arrest. The monument exists and is an iconic place in South Africa. The image is only visible from a certain point. Giant's Shoe Monument, Dublin, Ireland. A giant shoe statue representing the mythological roots and tales of Ireland. There is no such monument. Engagement rings, Vancouver, Canada sculpture made of steel, aluminum, and glass. The rings are angled to symbolize the strength of the marriage union. Yes, such a monument exists and is an original Vancouver landmark. Middle finger, Milan, Italy. The monumental middle finger from Milan is 4 meters high. It is dedicated to the authorities of the city and the whole of Italy. The monument exists and is a provocative art object. Broken Glasses Monument, Los Angeles, USA. A monument in the form of giant broken glasses symbolizing the fragility and unpredictability of life. There is no such monument. Kindly Fresserbrunnen, Monument to the Child-Eating Ogre. Bern, Switzerland was created in the 16th century. It symbolizes a mythical or ancient character, possibly Kronos. The monument exists and is a famous landmark in Bern. Statue of Saint Wenceslas, Lucerne Palace, Prague, Czech Republic. The sculpture symbolizes the position of European power and monarchy. Visitors are invited to understand the meaning of this composition for themselves. Yes, this monument exists and is located in Prague. Red Cat Monument. Riga, Latvia, a monument in the form of a huge red cat symbolizing love for pets in Latvia. There is no such monument. Giant Gundam Robot, Tokyo, Japan. The statue is dedicated to the robot hero from the Gundam anime franchise. It is 18 meters high and is part of a theme park. Yes, such a monument exists and attracts a lot of anime fans. Malinere Bay Underwater Park, Grenada Coast, Caribbean Sea. An ocean floor sculpture park is the project of environmentalist and artist Jason Taylor. The park does exist and is a unique underwater museum. True, the statues now have 2 authors, Taylor and Caribbean Nature. The monument, 2 kissing dinosaurs, the border between China and Mongolia. It symbolizes the respect and partnership between China and Mongolia. Yes, such a monument exists and serves as a symbol of friendship between nations. Ode to the Computer Mouse Monument, Xi'an, China. It symbolizes how an entire generation of people voluntarily died because of the internet. It sounds pessimistic, but it looks bright and dynamic. The monument does exist and is an interesting cultural site in Xi'an. Musical Waterfall Monument, Salzburg, Austria. The monument is a waterfall that emits melodies as the water falls, symbolizing the city's musical heritage. There is no such monument. Fremont Troll. Under the bridge. Seattle, USA. Seattle authorities installed a troll under a bridge to occupy a hotspot. The monument became so popular that the neighboring street was renamed Troll Avenue. The monument really exists and attracts many tourists. By the way, the troll is holding a real Volkswagen in his hands. Thumb. Paris, France. French sculptor César Baldaccini created giant fingers scattered around France. These sculptures evoke many interpretations. Yes, such monuments exist and attract attention with their unusualness. Monument Lost Scarf, St. Petersburg, Russia. A monument in the form of a giant scarf hanging on a lamppost, symbolizing cold winters and the warmth of human care. There is no such monument. Broken Alarm Clock, Monument, London, England. A monument in the form of a giant broken alarm clock symbolizing the significance of time. There is no such monument. Charles La Trobe Monument, Australia. In a monument that stands upside down, it symbolizes science turning people's minds upside down. Yes, such a monument exists and is a famous landmark. We hope you enjoyed our selection of real and non-existent monuments.